YouTube, man. We back with another one. Today's the day we're breaking down the all gold build, man, plus this Thompson. You probably wondering why the fuck am I using the Thompson, man? This shit is dirt. You're tripping. I'm gonna break it down, man, and tell you why the Thompson is so damn good and whatnot. But let's get into it. So right now I'm running a vigorous, because I rolled the firearms and everything, and I usually run with someone who plays healer. You don't need the vigorous. The vigorous I have right here is trash, but it is what it is. You know, I'm looking for a Barrett's with firearms on it. This is the weakest part of my build, but it works for when I play AV8s because of the healer. So it's the only vigorous I have, but all my other Barrett's are road to stamina. So you're gonna want to have definitely a Barrett's. I'm gonna suggest to get the most out of this build. Vigorous works so also. So anyway, let's go. We have Pharaoh's Mask. Roll to firearms, crit hit chance, burn resistance on it. You can either use a Pharaoh or you can use Tenacious. It's up on, it's really up in the air. There's a good Tenacious mask in the vendor right now. If you're trying to get it while it's there. You can do that. But I'm using the Pharaohs as of right now. Then we have the short bow knee pads. Need the short bows. All the pieces I'm showing you, you need for this all gold build to work. Short bow knee pads, health rolled into it. I have good shock resistance there. I would like to get like bleed resistance or some other bullshit like this disrupt out of there for burn if I could. That'd be a lot better. You want to try to max out on burn and shock. So we have the short bows, nimble holster, which is the key to this build. I use a nimble holster on all my builds, so we all know what this is about. Nimble holster. Same thing. You would want to have less electronics here, more firearms or stamina. You would definitely want that, but still a 1200 holster. We're gonna rock with it. And then the MC gloves, man. This is the key to this build. You need the MC gloves. Mine are a little bit of a low roll, but for now, this is what I have to use. I rolled them into SMG damage. You would want critical hit damage, critical hit chance on them in firearms if you can find a god roll, but the likelihood of you getting that is probably second to none. So remember that I talk about these MC gloves. That's 16% increased damage when no set bonus are active. That's a lot of DPS you're getting straight from that. And now we have the specialized backpack as the last piece. You don't need ammo capacity there, but if you want it, you can have it. You need health and you need even higher firearms than I have, but that's the main pieces to this all gold build. So now we have my MP7, brutal, deadly, responsive. I rarely even use the MP7 to be honest on this. It's all about this damn Thompson. The Thompson I have responsive and carefree on with the hip fire damage. Increased 11% hip fire. That's a shitload of added damage. So basically, all you have to do is get into a gunfight with somebody. You have responsive kicking in because you're in their face already. That's 21% increased damage. Plus this, what we had, 37. 37 increased damage just off of being in somebody's face. You're hitting right there. And if you had a Barrett on, if you flip to the Barrett and you go on your cooldown with booster shot in AV8s, like, I don't know, man. I'm not going to tell you the math completely off the top of my head, but you're probably close to, I would say 50% more damage that you're going to get by hip firing somebody and just popping a booster shot going into a gunfight, which is going to cause you to melt people. And let alone in the damn last stand game mode in AV8s, your stats are higher than they are right here. So this is 318. If I go into last stand, my Tommy gun's probably hitting, let's think. I would say like probably 345 in last stand I'm probably doing, and my toughness would be a little bit higher too, and then my MP7 is probably hitting like 370, 380 without a booster shot and all of that. So that's what we're doing. Basically, we have the Tommy gun. The clip on the Tommy gun is big as hell. On top of that, 63 bullet clip. Not sure if it gets any bigger in whatchamacallit, the AV8 and all of that, but I will look into that. But anyway, like I said, this shit, you can kill people just by shooting. It ain't like it shoots completely slow. You still can aim in, you can cook somebody, but when you're hip firing, it's nasty. Because all of these increased all the increased shit. And the Pharaoh's mask plays a big part in this too. I mean, do you need it? No, but in 8v8, the way people throw fire turrets down, and they're throwing, fire grenades every 2 seconds because you keep on getting them back. This does work, but I'm not going to tell you that tenacious isn't the real deal either. That increased damage, that's another damage buff when you're using a med pack, so you really can shred people off of having a med pack being popped. So that's gonna be the all gold build for you. If I can get a better one of these, of course I'm gonna tell you what I have on it, but I would say at least have responsive. The top slot you can run deadly if you have one, brutal. Let me think what else could work. Hurried there could work. You can use anything in that really order. You're not gonna get vicious because this build, if you notice, I have firearms, all firearms based because that's the last stand. You're gonna have more toughness. You're gonna have more DPS, so you don't really need to have stamina. That's why that Barrett's can play such a good factor here. You put the Barrett's if you don't have a healer. If you're running with a healer, use the Vigorous and get your heals. You'll always be, fully OD'd going into gunfights and shredding people. But that's gonna be this build. Take notes, man. Don't think it's a Thompson dropped on your run that this shit is trash, man. Underrated gun. You just need a good mag. Like the magazine I have on it is not even the best it could be. What do I have? 110. At 110, I think 116 is the cap or some shit. I can get a better mag than I have. So, but you're definitely looking for fire rate on that also. Make sure you have fire rate on your mag. That's gonna really be it though, man. That's all I can think of about this gun and this build, dude. Is a really strong build. You can run an AR behind it. You can run anything. I tend to use 2 subs, but you can do that or flip flop to like a carbon if you're using this for what is it, fucking the goddamn incursions and all of that shit, and you need to snipe. You can put a carbon on, put your attachments on a carbon, call it a day. You can do really anything. Shotgun behind it. It's all on you, man. I tend to use these too, and I drop crazy kills every game. But I'm out, man. YouTube. This is all gold build. I have a Deadeye build in the make for y'all, man. It's gonna be pretty damn OP, that Deadeye build. We'll be breaking that one down next, man. Y'all be good, YouTube. It's your boy Funeral. I'm signing out.